believe everything you read on the internet, right? I started to call out outdated marketing beliefs, but really most of this has never been true. It's part good intentioned misunderstanding and part internet marketing guru BS that they've come up with to sell you some new twist, some new course they're trying to sell. Either way, let's bust some myths. My name is Dustin, and I'm a branding and marketing strategist, StoryBrand Certified guide, and agency owner. This channel is about educating business owners on marketing and branding strategies so that those with more time than money can more effectively market their own businesses, and those with more money than time can better communicate their needs to a marketing agency and not get taken advantage of by, let's call them, less than honest marketers. In this video, I'd like to hit a few myths that seem to persist and see if we can put them to bed for good. Okay, call me Don Quixote tilting at windmills. Let's just make sure you know enough that you can make an informed decision for yourself. I mean, you watch this channel and your competition doesn't, so you'll have a leg up. Let them keep believing in the myths. And myth number 1, more traffic equals more sales. This is actually partially true. But brick and mortar stores are immediately going to know why this one is full of baloney. For the rest of us, imagine you're out shopping. Let's say you're wandering through the mall at Christmas or in the heart of a small downtown, walking from store to store. Those times when the words, "I'm just browsing," come out more than once. That's what we're talking about. Do you buy something in every store you stick your nose into? What if it's run down and in disarray? The clerk sitting on a stool behind the counter doesn't even lift their head up from their phone to acknowledge you. You buying anything there? And yet, that's the experience that so many of us unintentionally give our website visitors. Throw up our websites and the only message we have is, we've got stuff to sell. And worse, some of us don't even ask people to buy anything. More traffic isn't going to lead to more sales unless your website is designed to convert those visitors, that traffic, into buyers. Myth number 2, email marketing is dead. This one is completely untrue. I'm not entirely sure why this one persists. I think partly to blame is our perception. We think about all of the spam we get, and I mean, for obvious reasons, we don't want to be a part of that. But this stuff is just so obnoxious that that's what sticks in our heads. And we don't think about all the cool newsletters we read or offers that we get from the companies that we do actually want to hear from. Partly to blame for this, again, are the gurus. If you're selling social media marketing, for example, then email marketing is basically your competition. You're going to talk it up or you're going to talk it down. And I don't have a horse in this race other than to help you pick the best one for you personally to bet on. And I touched on this in my last video, but the ROI for email marketing is quite honestly staggering. And I don't use that word lightly, because for every dollar that you put into it, on average, you can expect $36 to $42 back. And I challenge you to find another marketing channel with that much potential. In fact, the next closest, you're looking at around $10 for search engine optimization, $2 to $8 for online ads. Even offline TV and radio come in at $6.50 and $4.95, respectively. Email is far and away the most effective and cost-effective form of marketing that you could do. And I think we need to make a distinction here between cold and warm email. So far, the data I found has been a bit mixed. So to be on the safe side, we're talking about the kind of email marketing where they've opted in and have invited you to be in their inbox. Cold email will work. It just takes a lot of time and effort and a lot of experimenting with different messages to land on one that works well. Myth number 3. Social media is only for brand awareness. This one is a little strange for me. We use social media for keeping up with and communicating with our family and friends. We check in with our favorite small brands to see what they're up to. We use it to research new products and to find products we didn't know we needed until just now. So why do we persist in believing that for our own businesses that social media is only for brand awareness? Or worse, thinking, well, my business is just too small for all that, so I get to ignore social media. I will absolutely hear your excuse that it takes up too much time. I will still push back with solutions to get you through that, with one of them coming later on in this video. But social media can do so much more for your business. I mean, look at the list I just rattled off. In addition to driving sales, by keeping you top of mind with your customer base who may buy again or refer you to their friends, it'll introduce you to new customers. But it keeps you interacting with your customers too. You can interact with them in near real time, and like if you're doing lives in real time at scale. I know it's hard to keep up with, but there is software out there that I can point you to that can help you keep up with all of it. The other excuse I hear often is something along the lines of, dude, I'm a plumber. Nobody gives a crap about the work no pun intended there. Nobody gives a crap about the work I do. What am I possibly going to say or do? Let me put it to you this way. Okay. I have no desire to drive a garbage truck ever, but I find the jobs that other people do fascinating enough that I actually found myself watching a video of a guy explaining how he picks up dumpsters in an apartment complex the other day. You'll find your audience. Heck, do what I do. You really think marketing is that exciting? But talking about things you can do that can help you make more money in your business sure is. So, plumber, teach people how to do the small things. They're still going to call you for the major jobs. Myth number 4. Content marketing is only for big brands. I don't know where this one comes from either. Maybe because it's hard. Maybe because it takes up a lot of time. I don't know. But overall, I think there's just this impression that small brands can't compete with the bigger brands and their whole freaking teams of content creators. First of all, you don't need to compete on sheer volume. Quality is going to win over quantity every time. I don't know if you've ever actually paid real attention to what the big guys are actually putting out there. But at least in my world, a lot of it is just fluff. Some of it is generic SEO crap that doesn't really say much of anything at all. And lately, more and more of it is not very well done AI output. And I'm not anti-AI at all. I think it can be a great tool when used the right way. We can explore AI in another video if there's any interest in it. I've been using it quite heavily since OpenAI really hit the scene with ChatGPT. And I'm no expert, but I have a pretty good idea of what works and what doesn't, especially in business. If that's something that would interest you, if you'd like a rundown, just comment below and I'll do a video or a series of videos on it. Small businesses have a great advantage over the bigger brands. You're a lot closer to your audience. A local business can speak to the local community about what matters to them, where the big brands can't. A local bakery can create content around baking tips, but they can also talk about where to source local ingredients. Big brands can't do that. Some other quick tips. There are cost-effective tools you can use to make and post. For example, you don't need to hire an expensive graphic designer for your everyday mundane social posts. Pop on over to Canva. Repurpose content. Here's what I do. I create a long form video for YouTube like this. Then I chop that video up into smaller sessions that I can turn around and post on YouTube Shorts, Instagram and Facebook Reels, TikTok, etc. I take the transcript from this video. I'll clean it up and post it as a blog post. I take the audio from this video and post it as a podcast episode. I post teasers to social media to entice people to watch this full video. I post teasers to social media to entice people that would rather listen to go check out the podcast. I post teasers to social media to entice people that would rather read to go check out the blog post. I take fun takeaways from that blog post and I post those to social media. All of that off of the effort of just the one video. I mean, granted, that first video is quite a bit of work for me, but I'm hoping it gets easier and faster for me the more of these I make. Mostly, I hope these get to a point where people actually enjoy watching them and they get value out of them. But you don't have to do a video. You can start with a short blog piece that you can repurpose to other platforms. Or just record a short video. You can post to Shorts and Reel. Maybe 6 weeks from now, you reuse all of it again. Some platforms like Instagram, you tend to fall off pretty quickly. And by reposting, you can gain whole new views and followers out of the same content. No extra effort. One other thing, consider using user-generated content. Ask for your reviews and then turn around and ask your biggest fans and customers to make videos or write about you. So not only do you get someone else to do the work, making the content for you, but instead of just you telling the world how great and wonderful you are, it's your customers. And that holds a lot of weight. Okay, myth number 5. You need to be on every social media platform. I feel this one so hard. I am on nearly every social platform, and it is not easy. We can cover ways to make that easier at some point if you want, but you probably don't need to be on every social media platform. I am, because right now my audience is pretty wide. But also, how can I expect to give advice to you if I'm not living it myself? I try really hard to either give you the fruits of my hard-won experience or the research, or I research something like crazy before I get on here and spout off. There's plenty of that out there already. But you just need to meet your audience wherever they hang out. Facebook and Instagram are pretty good overall bets. You know, LinkedIn isn't if you're going after retirement age people, for example, but it's great for B2B type of businesses. If you run a fashion brand, a clothing brand, anything related to travel, anything really that's image heavy, obviously Instagram is your answer. TikTok isn't all dancing. I post videos that don't really cater to the kinds of videos that do well over there, and they still get between like 300 and 700 views, along with a few likes thrown in. I'd probably do a lot better if I made videos that match that style. In fact, since I'm giving advice, I better go experiment and get back to you on that. But the point I'm trying to make is figure out where your people hang out and then go meet them there. Rapid fire myth busting wrap up. 1, more traffic doesn't always turn into more sales. Get your website or landing page on point first. 2, email marketing is not dead. It gives you the best possible return on your advertising dollar. 3, social media is a great tool for more than just brand awareness. 4, there are a lot of tools and techniques that you can leverage to make better content. 5, you do not need to be on every social media platform. That is exhausting and time consuming. Go find your people, hang out with them there. I hope you found this helpful. I hope you found this valuable. There is a lot more to come, and it's only going to get better. If you'd like to keep up with me, please consider subscribing. If you know somebody that can use this information, please share it with them. And finally, if you got any value out of this video, please give it a like. It's not necessarily just for the algorithm. It means a whole lot to me to know that somebody got something out of this. That's why I do this. Let me know what your experiences are. I would love to hear your favorite myths and why you think they're wrong. I know that I've fallen for a lot more than just these 5. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. I'll do my best to answer. If you want to go deeper on this or anything else, let's have a virtual coffee. I'll leave a link in the description if you'd like to book some time. Take care.